It's what we believe is the future of recruitment. We are taking the traditional model and we are borrowing some of the good elements of it, and we're implementing some of the things that we've learned through our business practices, and we're helping our clients and clients throughout the country place really high-end talent.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Brian Adamovich, CEO at CultureKey, and today we're going to talk about their new venture, Culture Connectors. Brian, how are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a bit about yourself and about CultureKey.
Yeah, so CultureKey is a fairly new company. We launched just under 2 years ago. We focus a lot on marketing and operations performance. We have a really dynamic group of consultants that span throughout the country. We're remote first, very experienced group of individuals that focus on various areas such as performance marketing, loyalty marketing, growth, operations, within the operations realm, process development, organizational design. We really go in and we solve problems. We have a group of people that is very senior. Most of our team is tenured over 20, 25 years. But the big differentiator between us and traditional consultancies is that we're operators at heart. And what that means is we don't just create decks and run away. we come in to help, right? And so what that means is we figure out what you need. We work with you to come up with a viable plan forward, and we stick through implementation. And that's actually the part that we really like. That's where we excel. We're partners to our clients, and we adjust to whatever their needs are. Connectors is which I'm really excited to talk about, is a new venture, as you mentioned. We are launching it in the next few weeks. We've soft launched it over the last couple of weeks, and to a really great reception. Our clients are excited. Our team is excited. It's starting to build some momentum. What Connectors is it's what we believe is the future of recruitment. We are taking the traditional model and we are borrowing some of the good elements of it, and we're implementing some of the things that we've learned through our business practices, and we're helping our clients and clients throughout the country place really high-end talent through our personal networks, through people that we know and trust, and we are doing it at a fraction of the cost. So I'm really excited to talk about this today.
Excellent. Hey, your timing is... There probably has never been a higher volume traffic in the recruitment space than today, right? People are post-pandemic reassessing what they want to do, what they're comfortable with, where they want to be. Companies are reassessing how many people it takes to get the job done with all the new AI tools and things that they have at their disposal. And I think there's more movement than ever.
Absolutely. What we are doing is we're kind of we're pushing a little bit back on the movement towards AI, the movement towards technology, and we use all of that. But what it is it's about utilizing connections, and we call it crowdsourced recruiting. It's an ability to connect companies and understand what their needs are, their cultural needs, their fits, and find the right candidates for them to place to ensure that there's stickiness in the role. Bad hires are tremendously expensive, and they're very, very difficult to overcome. What we're trying to accomplish, and what we've seen in some of our build up to this moment, is that by utilizing direct relationships, by instead of having just a recruiter, vet, find, go out and find the market, but actually utilizing people that have worked together in the past and provide those recommendations, referrals, vouching, for lack of a better term. It creates an environment where the hiring manager feels more confident. The candidate feels more confident about the role and its fit within their priorities, and it creates a level of stickiness in that you know what you're getting. Both sides know what they're getting. They go into the role. There's a connection, and then once you're in the role, you're much less likely to see a bad hire. You're much less likely to see somebody changes their mind, 3 months in, 6 months in.
It's funny. Resumes have always been a place that have an element of creativity to them, right? People pad, they want to look as good as possible. We're in a day and age where that information is completely vettable. So I would hope that people are smart enough to stop being silly in their resume. Is that accurate, or do you guys really have to weed out the information on everybody's resume that's artistic?
That's a great question. So for us, because our network is large and growing, and the recommendations for candidates directly come from somebody within our network, there's a built-in BS meter that you just don't really want to, as a candidate, embellish or take creative liberties with. So a lot of, yes, that is a huge issue. That's a huge issue that recruiters face. It's something that we solve for because of the existing relationships. If you've worked with somebody over 10 years, or even with somebody 10 years ago, candidates are less likely to take those creative liberties and be more forthright. For the most part, in my experience, is that those creative additions aren't usually helpful, and they can just trip people up. So my recommendation, looking at many resumes, working with many brands over the years, is go in with your best foot forward, and be proud of what you've accomplished, and be honest about what your opportunities are. And there's a lid for every pot.
Absolutely. Hey, any relationship has to be based on reality. If you find yourself in one, personally or professionally, that was based on falsified information one way or the other, it never has legs. It just does. But let's back up a step and talk about your background. How did you come to launch this company? What's your...
Yeah. So sure. I have been consulting for the vast majority of my career. I started off doing the law school thing, the legal route. I realized very early on that practicing law was not something that was a passion of mine. I did it very young. I started law school at like 20 years old, 21 years old. I didn't know what to do. I graduated, and I had to make some decisions. But I took that information, and I as I entered the corporate world, I was like, whoa, I really like to be on the other side of things. So I went into consulting. I kind of offset my law degree with an MBA. So I like to joke that I can negotiate a contract and read a balance sheet. So as a recovering attorney, I'm very happy to do those things. But I really found my passion in being in the service industry within consulting, working with a variety of different organizations. I've been consulting for 17 years now, give or take. And I've really enjoyed the diversity of the types of projects I've gotten to partake in, the people that I've met. There are no 2 days that are the same. No single day is boring. There's always a new challenge. There's always a new opportunity. There's always a new mountain to climb and fire to put out. I've really enjoyed that as part of my journey. Over the last couple of years, myself and my partners, part of the ELT, we really evaluated how can we do things differently? How can we do things our way? And we came up with the concept of CultureKey because we're all focused on culture. We're focusing on coming in and not just doing the task at hand, building a process, building out a team, adding fuel to growth initiatives. It's more than that for us. It's about watching the team come together. It's empowering our clients. It's building a place where people want to work for our clients. So we launched it with all the intentions of being operators, and it's worked out really well. We've had a great first couple of years. We're experiencing great growth. Our message is heard. Our clients are spreading the word for us. So that's been a really neat, almost surprising thing that's happened. And I couldn't be more proud of the team that I'm part of today. We just have the best group of people that are so incredibly focused on not just going and helping make our clients better, but actually being not just part of our team, but being part of their teams. So CultureKey has been the latest and greatest for me. And with connectors, that's going to be the next leg of how we grow the company.
Excellent. And what services are you serving with your company? Is there a particular industry or niche that you work best with?
Yeah, so we have three main areas. So interim leadership. So that is your fractional, your interim. We do consulting services, which is primarily focusing on operations and marketing, and then connectors. We do our areas of expertise. We have people and focus points in retail. We work with a lot of agencies, loyalty, lifecycle marketing, growth marketing. We have analytics and data science, and then organizational performance and optimization. And we do work with technology companies, really focusing on our soft skills to complement the work that they're doing. So we'll do things like we'll help them build out processes. We'll program manage, we'll project manage for them. We'll step in and do the things that they themselves don't focus on.
Excellent. And aside from the obvious that you've just stated, what are the most common problems you're solving for your clients?
Sure. On the marketing side, growth, right? We work with companies that are either in growth mode and looking to step up, or companies that have been struggling and are looking for turnaround. So we have we do a lot of performance marketing, loyalty, and we're starting to do more and more brand side work as well. So that's on the marketing side. On the operations side, we are Swiss Army knives. So we will go in, we'll look at operational efficiencies. We'll look at org structures. We'll do deep dives into productivity and ensuring that if there's a high turnover rate, we'll try to solve for that. If there's building a new team, we'll try to ensure that the way that that's done is done in an intentional manner that is sustainable. So the two main parts of the business really do focus on empowerment and growth.
Excellent. And in terms of brand, what makes CultureKey stand out from your competitors?
Yeah, so I think I made a joke about this in the beginning. We don't throw decks on tables and run out the door. So we come in to actually get our hands dirty and to do the actual work itself. So we do have very senior and strategic people on the team, but we actually love the work, the implementation itself. So we're not your traditional consultancy that will make recommendations and then instruct you to implement it. We're actually going to be there side by side with you. We're not very transactional in nature, so we're here to build relationships. We'll stay on. Our roles will change as needed. We can even be put on pause if and then come back whenever needed. We can spin up in a matter of days. So that's something that we're very proud of. So our intention whenever we start a new relationship is to build relationships, make them meaningful and change within the organization. And then our roles and services, they can evolve with time. And we are true partners to our client.
Is this a scenario where culture connectors, that function of your business helps you place people as you sort of step back from the roles that you had in CultureKey? Is that the handoff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can, as part of the handoff, or even as closer, we can help guide as somebody starts the role as well, right? So we can function in different areas. If someone is looking to hire somebody immediately, but the average life cycle, depending on what that organization's hiring system is, that can take a little bit of time. So we have the interim leadership capabilities to help bridge that gap as well.
Oh, so it goes both ways. So a culture connectors client that isn't placing somebody fast enough has tools at CultureKey to fill the gaps, and then vice versa. Once you've not completed a project, but ready to sort of recede away, then you place people in those spots. That's the symbiosis that works. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. Yes.
Excellent. Tell me what role content has played in the growth of CultureKey. How are you telling your story?
So as of today, we have had word of mouth carry us almost exclusively from our founding. We have, through referrals, through recommendations, through personal reputation, that has been really how we've gotten to where we are today. So we've been very fortunate to have experienced that. But that will only take you so far. That will only get you to a certain point, right? It's great for a young company to get off the ground, and I can pat myself on the back a little bit. But one of our great opportunities of 2025 and beyond is to start telling our story outwardly to people who may not know us, people who may not know our brand, people who have not met our people, our consultants who have many years of experience. That as we grow, if we wish to grow, we have to start telling our story beyond our bubble, beyond our networks. And so content marketing is a critical next step for us that we're planning on really ramping up in Q2 and beyond this year.
As they say, I know a guy. No, I mean, hey, it's a good problem to have that you've been so busy that it hasn't been a priority. But it's a missed opportunity. It's a new world.
100%.
People are asking Google for answers, and you need to be one of those answers quickly, right?
Absolutely. And you are absolutely right that if you're not telling that story, someone else will, and it will be a missed opportunity for us. And we truly believe that the services that we provide is even with how we're scaling, we're doing it in a very intentional way, could be a missed opportunity for our clients as well, because I think that they will like to hear what we have to say.
Hey, you use the word intentional. It's a mantra for us. We're in an era of noise that you got to cut through, but it has to happen. I personally think that content helps level the playing field. When Google's looking at your website, your content speaks to them, whether you're a Deloitte or a 3-person company in the Midwest. The content can level the playing field and has to, and you have to approach it that way. Make sure you play the game as the rules dictate at the moment, right?
Right. And it's all about fit, right? For one company, it might be Deloitte. For another company, it might be CultureKey. And for a third, it might be a 3-person company based in Ames, Iowa. And what we aim to do is to at least give that optionality to make sure that it's the right fit.
Excellent. Hey, look down the road a year from now. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Well, I'll start with professionally, and I'll talk about personally. Professionally, I'd love to see our team to maintain the growth that we're currently experiencing. I'm very proud of where we're at, and I'd love for us to continue that natural progression with some of the upskilling and up leveling with within our content development efforts for connectors. I'd love to see us make meaningful change within organizations, helping them place. The way that connectors model works is you save up to 95% on placements, and we offer guarantees. So I love to see us grow through receiving opportunities from organizations to show them the difference between the way that we do things and what they might be used to. On a personal note, I coach basketball. I coach fourth grade basketball. I'd love to see our team. We've been getting better. I'd love to see us playing in the Valley-wide championship at the Footprint Center. I live in Phoenix, so I'd love to see for us to do that. And just to continue, seeing personal and professional goals being achieved.
Excellent. Hey, in the fourth grade, coaching is critical, right? For so many reasons. Number one, you don't have any 7-footers on your bench, so they got
no 7-footers.
Team. Yep.
We don't have any 5-footers either. So,
all right. Please tell us what's your URL, both for CultureKey and Culture Connectors, and what social media outlets are you using these days?
Yeah. So to learn more about us, CultureKey.io, www.culturekey.io, or to learn about Culture Connectors, it's www.cultureconnectors.io, or you can find us on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Brian Adamovich of CultureKey and Culture Connectors, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. All the best to you and yours, and continued success at CultureKey.
Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure.